to Saturday Yoga. We're going to start in whatever position you want. If you feel like you need to lie down, lie down. If you feel like you need to sit, sit. If you feel like you need to do a headstand, do a headstand. Whatever you feel is best for you to start today. So after Christmas, today we're going to focus on Brahmacharya, which is all about your energy. So whilst you sit there or lie there with your eyes closed, I just want you taking some nice easy breaths. And just feel what that energy feels like. And see if in your head you could describe that in 1 or 2 words. It's not always just having high energy or low energy. There could be lots of different words or ways we can describe how we're feeling on any given day. Bring that focus a little bit more now back to that breath. And I want you to see if you can bring that breath in and out through the nose. Just exploring how that feels. Maybe initially you might feel a little tight through the nose. Maybe you find it a bit difficult to breathe. But just lean into that, taking nice, slow, smooth breath through your nostrils. So we're imagining and trying to take this breath now as deep as we can all the way. So your inhale is like you're blowing up a balloon. That balloon is your lungs. And as you slowly and fully exhale, just relaxing any area in your body you feel any tension. Back, shoulders, neck. If your mind wanders, that's fine. Just bring it back to that nice deep inhale. Nice full exhale. And that feeling of your lungs expanding and retracting. Good. So keeping our eyes closed if we can, we're just going to bring some movement into this now. So we've done this the last couple of weeks, but something simple for you guys. All I want you to do, sorry, we haven't done this specific one, is we're just going to inhale, squeeze our hands as tight as we can. So it doesn't matter where you are. Exhale, releasing and relaxing. Inhale, squeezing. Nice and tight as you squeeze your hands. As you exhale, really just relaxing. So following that breath with the hands. Good. Last breath, nice big inhale. Nice big exhale and relaxing. Good. So I want you to slowly flutter your eyes open, and we're all going to make our way onto our back. So if you're on your back, you're going to stay there. We're all going to start today on our back. So remember, guys, moving through these movements the way they feel best for you. I'll give you options, and make sure if you need assistance, pop your hands up. If you guys are ever watching this on YouTube, you can just drop a comment, and I can get back to you on there. So I want to have your legs, if you can, straight out in front of you, so straight on the mat. So what we're going to do now is we inhale, we're going to pull those feet towards. So you're just really going to flex those feet towards. And as you exhale, just pointing your toes and extending. Nice big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Pointing on the exhale. Couple more. Good. So now we're going to bend our legs, feet on the mat, knees up, facing towards the air. So you guys really need to be tuning into your body. So if your mind's wandering, that's fine, but bring it back to how the movement is feeling in the body. Good. So nice big inhale. As you exhale, your knees are going to both drop to one side, and then we're going to come back on the inhale. So it doesn't matter whether it's left or right as you exhale. Keeping your upper back on the mat. Inhale back to center. Exhale the opposite way. Good. So nice, slow, mindful movements to start really thinking about where we're feeling there might be an area that's tight that you know. There also might be an area that's tight that surprises you. So remember, mobility is moving through a range of motion with strength, without pain. So we're trying to get rid of any of those bits and pieces that feel a little bit stiff, tight, and painful. Good, so back to center. So we're just going to hug those knees in now. So hugging the knees in, we're pushing the lower back into the mat. Good, so we're going to do little circles with our knees. So I want you to squeeze up to start with, and then going in a clockwise motion, exhaling as you come down, inhaling as you come up. Now these movements can get a little bigger as you go, really squeezing them in nice and tight as it comes up. But just some nice circles. If you need to, your knees can come a little bit further apart as well. Whatever's comfortable for you. Good, and then just simply back the other way, following that breath. Nice big circles now, going a little bit faster. So we're going to go one more this way, and then you're just going to go two one way, and then two the other way. So just bigger. Knees are coming a little bit further apart now, more towards the armpits. We're just rocking and rolling through the back. Good. All right, so we're going to really crunch up now into a ball. So head's coming to knees. So we're going to pull as far as we can in, bringing your forehead and nose towards your knees. That's it, squeezing nice and tight. Good, so all we're going to do here is think about the back of your back that you're balancing on. So we really want to try and bring some of our lumbar spine up and off if we can, if it's available to you. So now I'm kind of almost just balancing on a few vertebrae. So all I'm going to do here is reach up and extend my hands and arms, and then curl back in. But my legs are going up. Curl back in. Good. Good, so following your breath now, exhale, reach up, inhale, curl in. You can get more adventurous and your arms and legs can go away, so almost like we're a star, but just being mindful of that lower back. Little movements are fine. That's it. Just exploring how that feels for you and just bringing some strength into the core. That's it. Last one, hugging in. So you're just going to rock your knees from side to side. So your elbows will touch the mat, one elbow on one side, push back with the elbow, and just rocking from side to side. Beautiful. Good, so we're going to release our left leg now and keep holding on to that right. So that left leg can either be straight or bent, whatever works best for you. Straight, you might feel it a bit more in the left hip flexor. And we're going to just do some circles now with this knee singly. So we should be able to bring it in a little bit further. Whichever way you want to go, clockwise or anti-clockwise, it does not matter what you start with. But really now working through that hip, some bigger movements. Especially as we bring it across the body, really pull it across, up, in, open. So exploring that full range of that hip. You're just swapping direction with it. So it's kind of like you're oiling up your hip. Some nice loose movements. And just breathing and enjoying now. Good. So simply all we're going to do is swap legs. So just straightening that one out, bringing the other one in. Exactly the same thing. So just that movement, clockwise or anti-clockwise. Just enjoying how that's feeling. And it might be that it is a little tight or sore. But once you get used to what a good sore is and how that should feel, it should still be enjoyable because you know that you're working towards something that's beneficial, and just breathing into it. Remember, if it's sharp or pinching, just stop and pop your hand up and let me know. Good. So bring both knees back in. Now this one, everyone's very different with their lower backs, middle back, upper back. We're going to rock. Okay, so if we just start with little movements, the whole idea is hugging your knees in nice and tight and just seeing how that's feeling. If that's okay, a little bit more, and a little bit more. You can hold it under your thighs. And it's just momentum. That's it. So I want you rocking, if you can, all the way up and down. Once again, it might be just little movements here on the mat where we're just squeezing our knee in and then releasing. Good. So coming all the way up to seated. Beautiful. So shifting your weight all the way to the back of the mat. So coming all the way back. Good. So we're here on our hands. And this is where we walk our way to the top of the mat. So we're going to very slowly work out how this is going to work best for you. So we're going to go right knee onto the inside of the left foot and then back. Now you might stay here if your hands are on the mat, but if we start trying to sit up, you'll slowly creep your way forwards. Everyone's getting so much better at this as well. Remember, it's always the little things, the little changes, the little steps that just get you wherever you want to go. That's it, good. So when we get up the front and we're over with this right leg in front, so remember I'm mirroring you guys so I know it's my left leg. This is your right leg. I don't always know it's my left leg. It's okay. Good, so here, this is where we're going to lean over. So we're going to turn our sternum towards the knee, hands are going to go, so we're going to position our body and turn. And we're going to come down and up nice and slow. So chest to knee, slowly back up. So I am using the muscles around my glutes and back. That's it, yep, that way. Good, that's it. Yeah, that's okay. It was like spreading, you guys were like confusing each other. That's it. So you're over your right leg. Over your right leg. You get little stickers with like left and right labels. If you do struggle with that, you can just stick it on. Yeah, different parts of your body. So this is where you're, now if you can, you're seeing how we can go, if we can go into no hands. Good. Good, then the next time we come down, we're just going to settle down. So start with sternum towards knee. See how that's feeling. Spending a few breaths here. If there's not much going on there, just slowly coming a little bit more around to the front. So now I'm going to bring right shoulder to right knee. And maybe I'll move so I'm center, both shoulders over the appropriate knees. And then from here, if you want a little bit more, you can thread the needle. So you can take that right arm underneath, and we can thread the needle down like so. But remember, just thinking about as well the joints, like it might be like we are stretching more so the hips and the glutes, but you might feel a little bit of a pinch in your knee, so just being mindful of that as well. Good. That's it, so slowly coming up, and we're just going to swap sides. So we're going to swap the knees over. So same thing on this side, sternum over knee. So we rotate our shoulders, and then we slowly use our hands like we're doing little push-ups. Good. That's it. So I want you breathing into this as well. Inhale as you come up, exhale as you come down. I don't always cue that, but I most probably should. But hopefully by now it feels a little bit more intuitive for a lot of you. When we come up, we inhale. And when we go down, exhale. So when head comes up, inhale. Head goes down, exhale. Good. So now you can try either lessening the usage of the hands or just doing it no hands. Good. So start now just sinking all the way down as far as you can go, sternum over knee. And you'll feel that move over the top of the hips, top of the glutes, as we move around slowly towards the front. Good. So working your way around until you find as well the spot that feels best. And then if you want to come all the way through, it's most probably the deeper stretch you're going to get. And then thread the needle with that left arm. It might also bring it a little bit in towards that left groin. To deepen the stretch as well, you try and drop that right armpit down as well. So right armpit, so you flatten off that right armpit a little bit and still stay heavy. Good. Good, so we're going to come all the way up, nice and slow. Beautiful. So last couple, just to loosen up the ankles and the toes, is coming onto our knees. I'll turn sideways. This is this one, and it might be that we're here, just putting some weight on the ankles, back more, and then toes. So always try and give you a different flavour in class, some new things to learn and do, but remember repetition is key. So doing those little things regularly are going to be the things. If we did this once every 6 months, you're mostly not going to get anywhere if you're not practicing at home. And then you can come a little bit further if you want, up onto your toes. Turn both ways so you can all see. Depending on the ankles. Good. Then we're going to come like so, hands on, and just stretching out the toes the other way. So we're going to go just in almost like a plank position. And I can put one leg over the other, I'm just really stretching it out. And walk both feet out. Good. So once we start flowing, I want you guys to be really warmed up, really ready to go. Good, slowly coming back down. So now we're going to grab our blocks. We're going to grab one or two. If you don't have a block, just make sure you grab. Got this little, oh, it's fallen over. Simon left me this little sign. It's great because I'm most probably not that organised. So that way you can see what you guys need. All right, so all we're going to do is come up into our yogi squat. Remember the blocks are there for some of you with that option to pop your bottom on and be down like so. So some of you will need to be here. I'd prefer you to be like this with your feet flat if you can, rather than being like up higher. So I prefer you to feel like you're almost sitting with your legs out in front, because that's going to work your groin and your inner hips a little bit more. Beautiful. So all we're going to do is see if we can bring our elbows on the inside. And we're going to slowly just lean in and push our elbows into our knees. We're just going to go down lower. If you can almost get to your shoulders. And then just having a little rock forwards and back. So it might be that we're up here, that's okay. And it might be just that we're just loosening through the hips all the way up. That's it. Good. All right, so the next one we're going to do is just sitting here, whichever way you can sit, right? So if you can sit without the blocks, that's fine. We're going to take that right arm, we're going to tuck it. So back of the hand on the inside. We're going to see if we can bring the elbow on the inside. So I'm tucking it here, and I'm bringing it on the inside of the knee. So you can do both at once if you can get them there, or one at a time is fine. All right, be gentle with this one. Everyone's different. I remember when I first did this one, there's no way on earth. I struggled with one, and then we just very gently, it's about squishing our knees together a little bit, but be very careful with it. So just one is fine. So even if we sit on our blocks, we're here, tucking the back of the hand in, and like so. That's it. Good, a few breaths here. It should be fairly strong. We're going to swap arms if you haven't swapped arms. So swapping arms now. Don't do it on the bad side, Craig. Don't do it. That's it. Good. Hips and shoulder stretches. A pretty full-on one, but it's good. Good bang for your buck. We get to get both out the way. Good. So we're going to release, and I want you to slowly, we're going to come up and down a few times. We're going to slowly come up and down from here. All right, so we're going to be all the way down without the arms tucked. All right, so I want you to try and shift the weight onto your heels. All right, hands at your heart space. And you're trying to come up like you're pushing almost the back of your head back as slow as you can. It's going to be different for everybody. Maybe you might feel like you need to like rock forwards and come up a little bit. That's okay. And then we're going to go slowly back down. We're going to do 5 of these in your own time with your own breath, because everyone's going to be at a different speed. Nice and slow down. Nice and slow up. You guys are doing very traditional weather yoga today. This is have to be about, not too bad in here, I reckon it'll be about 26. Good, so it's 5 in your own time, all the way down nice and slow, all the way up nice and slow. That's it. Good, so once you've done your 5, just come up, stand up, shake your hands out, have a drink, whatever you need. And I'm going to be difficult today. Not that I'm not always difficult. We're going to now flip your mat sideways. So you're going to go like this. That's it, I know. God, Chad. You'll be fine. Sorry, home viewers. It's not a flock of seagulls. You can hear all the flapping. There you go, look at that. So you might have to stagger a little bit. You guys will work it out. Adapt to change, growth mindset, that's it. Are you teaching today, Brett? All I want you to do is hold out the cards, mate. That was it. There's nothing else, all right? Not taking over. All right, so we're going to flow from side to side today. The good thing about this for you guys is there's not going to be any planks or down dogs. So it's going to be, well, the good thing is it's going to be very not arm heavy, a little bit more leg and hip heavy today, all right? So all we're going to do is we're going to find a nice, comfortable, wide-legged position. Now when we do this, we don't want to feel like we're rolling on the outside of the foot or the inside of the foot. So sometimes when people go really wide, right, then they start rolling out on the ankle, all right, and then we don't want to feel like we're rolling in, okay? As well, once we start going from side to side, we should almost be in a crescent lunge position as we pivot, all right? So as we pivot, I want you guys to feel like you can kind of pivot and be in a good position for that. And then we're going to take a nice big inhale, hand through the center, exhaling down. So bum just goes back, folding forwards, hands all the way down, and then back up again. So up, back of the head comes up first, reaching all the way up, exhaling down. So I'd like you, if you feel comfortable with this, close your eyes. It always adds to a little bit of balance and feel. Now we have to feel a little bit more where we are through our feet. Using that breath. One more nice big inhale. And then slowly back down. So once we get there, we're coming down, just hanging forwards, hands towards the mat. They might not touch, they might, that's fine. Use your blocks if they don't. So pop a block or two in front of you. You can use that for your hands. And I just want you rocking forwards and backwards onto those feet. So heels, toes, heels, toes. You mostly want to be resting your hands on something here. Good. Good, so we're going to take our arms behind our back. Now your arms can go in many different positions. You can just interlace, like grab the back of one hand and just pop it behind your lower back. You might interlace your fingers and have your palms facing towards your back, or you might be able to have your fingers and palms facing away. So we're going to squeeze. All I want you to do to start with is feel you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. So that's the first thing you're going to do in any position. If I look around, everyone's arms are completely different in this one. That's fine. So just feel like you're squeezing. That's it. And then we're going to come up to a halfway lift and hold. So halfway lift means your back is flat. That's it. Good. So take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, you'll curl through the spine, head will go down, and your arms will come up higher if they can. Wow, some of you have great mobility. I'm jealous. Good. Coming all the way up, same thing. Straighten the back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. That's it. Really feel the squeeze of the shoulder blades. Exhale, lowering back down. So through this a couple of times. A few more times, just breathing. This should be quite hard for a lot of you. I can see a lot of you struggle, some even struggling to clasp their hands. That's fine. Good. So we're going to release hands on the mat. Now if you need, guys, you can have a bit more of a bend. You can bring your legs in and bend them a little bit more. So now what we're going to do is come over to one side. So we're just going to bring over. We're going to twist towards the leg a little bit with the upper body and just grabbing onto that lower leg. Now if you need to, you can rest on the knee. You can be up here. But we're having a stretch more through the inside of one leg. If not, coming down, grabbing your hands around the lower leg. Good, just releasing, coming back the other way. Good, so adjusting your legs to where they need to be so that you can feel this appropriately in your lower back and your hips. A little bit more in if you need, a little bit more out, a bit more bent. Good, so hands back to center. So we're going to take a nice big inhale. Coming all the way up. So you're just going to follow the direction I'm going now. So hands are going to come into your heart. We're going to come towards your left. Bum comes back. So remember, bum comes back, we bend. Might be a little bit. Maybe it's a lot. Maybe we're coming down further. Maybe we can come down all the way. Good. That's it. Inhale, driving up. Back down the other way. Good. That's it. So a couple of these. Inhale up. Good. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Good. Inhaling up. So arms all the way up. So now I want you to pivot towards your left. So we're just going to pivot, finding your crescent lunge. So just dipping into this. So remember, feet shouldn't be too far apart. Feet should be like you're on train tracks and just sinking into your hips. Reaching up. If you like, we can go cactus arms, bring our elbows down, squeeze our shoulder blades together. Holding for a couple of breaths here. Good. So we're going to reach forward. We're going to go into a arrowhead up high. So reaching forwards, wiggling our fingers. So you're putting that weight over that front leg. Exhale, hands come down. So this is the low arrowhead like we're about to get shot out of the cannon. Good. That's it. Inhaling up. Into warrior two. So you guys should be facing me now. Warrior two. So we have that left foot facing forwards, right foot out to the side, looking over that front hand. Hand shoulder height. Flipping that front hand. Inhale up. Good. And then side angle. So arm on that front leg. We are curling over. This is a side bend into that left side of your body. That's it. Brett, bring the hand over like this. Turn. That's it. Like a circle. That's it. Like you're trying to spell the letter C because you're a cheerleader for Chad. Go Chad. That's it. Good. Hands go down. Then we're just pivoting back to the front. Now, if you need a little bit of a rest here, you can come up. If not, you can bring your feet together or keep them wide. And we're just having a little forward fold. So it can be your wide-legged, legs together. You can stand up, have a little twist, a little stretch. I know some of you might feel in your lower back a little bit. Good. That's it. Good. So coming back to that wide leg. Inhale, coming up. Nice big inhale. Good. So we've got 4 of these because I know you enjoyed them. All right. So we're coming down. 1. Coming up. Inhale. Remember, it doesn't have to be that deep if you can't go. That's fine. Good. That's it. Good. Inhaling up. Good. So now we're going to adjust our feet and we're going to come this way. That's it. So you guys don't have to feel like you're stuck in the mud. You can step and turn. It's okay. Remember, train tracks, evenly weighted, inhale reaching up, or cactus arms. So we can squeeze our shoulders back. A lot of you might feel that more beneficial because you're quite tight through the shoulders and the back. Good. Good. So now we reach forwards and up. So I'm going to think that my arms, so I lean forwards, the same angle as my back leg, and I'm putting more weight on that front leg. Really reaching like you're trying to reach forwards to something. That's it. Good. That's it. Low arrowhead, arms come down. That's it. Good. Inhaling up, weight shifts back to even. Exhale, warrior 2. Good. So remember, front foot forwards, back foot opening the hips, arms straight through the middle, flipping that front hand. Inhale all the way up. So you side bend into the back, front leg stays bent. Nice big inhale, wiggle your fingers. Bending over, the other way, side bend. That's it. Good. So remember, if you look up, you should see your palm. That's what we're aiming for. Stretching through that hip. Good. Hands come down over that front. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's it. Hands come down over that front leg. Coming back to the front. Good. So we're going to have a little breather here. Once again, you can do whatever you need because we're going to flow quicker now from side to side. We've got the general gist of it. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. You'll learn as you go. So we're going back to that wide leg. Good. Inhaling up. Good. So we've got 4 of these. So we're 1. Inhale. 2. 3. 4. Inhaling. Turning and pivoting. So adjust your feet how you need. Because if you just pivot, you'll be in a straight line. Good. So we're inhaling up. Reach. Good. So we're holding each one for a couple of breaths. It's not one breath, one movement. I just want you to feel the pose. Lean forwards, nice high arrowhead. Reaching, weight comes over that front leg. You're going to inhale and reach a little bit further forwards. Wiggle your fingers. Exhale, arrowhead. Good. Scooping your hands forwards and up. Into warrior 2. So facing me. Good. And make sure you lean into that front leg. Flip the front hand. Leave the legs where they are. And that's when we come up. So you can bind that right arm behind the back if you like. Reaching up and over. Nice big inhale. Always wiggling your fingers because you get a little bit higher. Exhaling over, side angle. So remember, side bends. These are side bends. We're not bending forwards, sideways. Reaching, bringing that hand over. That's it. Good, hands down to the mat. Good, all we're doing is going to walk through the other side. So just walking all the way, and we're going to pivot to the other direction. That's it, pivoting. That's it, good, it'll be easier now. Inhaling up. Good, reaching forwards for that nice tall arrowhead. Nice big inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Lean a little bit lower. Inhale up. Warrior 2. Bend the front leg, flip the front hand. Leaning backwards. Good, feel that breath. I want you just to breathe. Nice big inhale, exhale, circling over. Good. So I want you to breathe nice and deep, nice and slow. Don't overthink it. Good, we're going to go one more time each side. So the hand's going to come to the mat. Walk them through. Pivoting the other way. Low lunge. Inhaling up. Good. Leaning forwards. Exhale. Lean, 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 lean. Reach, reach, reach. Nice to arrowhead. Nice big inhale. Wiggle your fingers. Exhale. Arms come down beside the waist. Low arrowhead. Inhaling up. Warrior two. So turning to the front. Good. Flipping that front hand. Inhaling up. Good. Exhaling over. Good. Holding for a breath. So remember, we're trying to turn and open here. Turn and open. Good. That's it. Just make you hold it because I like watching you struggle. It's good. Good. All right, hands to the mat. Walking over. All the other way. Pivoting. Last time through. Inhale up. Good. Exhale, lean forwards. Nice big inhale, reach a little taller. Exhale, low arrowhead. Inhale all the way up. Into a warrior two. Good, flipping that front hand, inhaling. Remember, front leg stays bent. Exhaling over. Holding for 2 to 3 breaths. Good, that's it. Remember, looking up, seeing your palm. It should be coming over towards the top of your mat. Good, hands are coming down to the mat. Walking back to center, and then coming down to your knees. You're just saying, thank God that's over. Good. So just coming down into a child's pose here. So knees together, knees wide, forehead onto the block or forehead onto the mat. So it doesn't matter where you are with it. Just coming down and settling down all the way. So Brahmacharya, remember this is energy. I just like to call it the right use, or how you're spending or using your energy, how much you're giving it out to other people, how much you're recharging it. But first off, I want you to feel that energy going through your body, almost like a loop, and describe that energy to yourself in 1 or 2 words. How are you feeling now? How's that energy feeling? And then think about the word or words you used to describe at the start of class, and maybe how you describe it now. And maybe at the end of the class you can share with me from the start to the middle, which is now, to the end, how your energy shifted. Good, but enjoy that heart beating, enjoy the sweat that you're feeling, enjoy that deep breath. That's you being alive, that's you living, that's you breathing. That's that good, calm energy flowing through your body. So just a couple more deep breaths, really pushing that forehead into the block or mat, feeling that grounding and drawing that nice grounding energy. So we can feel alive and energetic, but we can also feel balanced and grounded whilst we have that feeling. Doesn't always have to feel like an anxious energy or like you've had 10 coffees or that you feel stressed. A nice, calm and focused energy. Are you ready to take on the world or take on any situations? You're feeling optimistic and light. Good. So slowly coming up. So working on hips, well actually everything today, hips, lower back, shoulders. We're going to come into cow face, eagle arms. Have to learn all the Sanskrit again for this. Arun can tell you what they all are. And then we're going to come into pigeon. So they're the two we're going to come into. Obviously, let me show you how to come into them. But if you know what they look like for you, start coming into them the best way you know how. But if not, I suggest for most people a block or two. And only because I know that here we're very tight. So like I said, when Arun started teaching here, he said to me, the thing he noticed when he came from India to here is he had to teach everybody how to sit. We're so tight through our hips and our lower back. He thought it was like very interesting because it's something that we don't obviously do much. You don't really necessarily sit with your legs crossed since high school. So this is the areas that I think most people really, really need to focus on. So we're going to go left leg underneath. If you've done it the other way, I apologise. If we don't do it the same way, it's going to get real confusing. All right? Right leg over the top. So I find it's hard to get into because I'm tight, but I will loosen up as I go. You might not as much. All right? So knee over knee if you can. And it might be that we're just here. So I'm tight today. I can feel some of my outer hips a lot. All right? So I'm most probably going to stay up and not drop blocks out as I go. Good. So we're going to take right arm over the top, left arm under the bottom. It might be that we just grab, oh, we've got a leak. Grabbing the thumb. It's all right. It's a water feature. Or we can interlace our hands. Now, the whole idea here is that we bring these elbows up and out in front. So we're lifting our hands up and then pushing our palms forwards. And we're sitting up nice and straight. So this is where the outer shoulder stretch comes in and the outer hips. So we're doing outer shoulders, outer hips as we push straight up and out. So just closing down your eyes, and I want you to really just tune into how that feels, where you're feeling it. And it might be that mainly the hips are what we're focusing on anyway. Maybe you release the arms and just try and relax into those hips. Maybe that feeling's quite strong. Because otherwise we might feel like well, it's not a very comfortable position. So focus on one area more than the other. Good. So as we go, seeing if you can maybe lift your arms a little higher, pushing your hands away from your head a little bit more. And maybe if you're on a block, dropping the block. Good. So your mind might wander, but it should really be coming back to how strong the stretch feels. It's quite an intense stretch. And just following the journey of that breath. Good. So we're going to gently release our arms. Remember, don't move yet. Let me get in the same position. So you're here. So you're going to go over your left shoulder. Remember? So let me demo. Go all the way around. I just get the kicks out of seeing everyone do this, but most of you can get it now. Left shoulder, and then keep turning. Don't stop. Let your feet pivot. Pivot your feet. Pivot your feet. That's it. Yes. Bloody awesome. If you don't have it, you might feel like a newborn giraffe. So just put your legs out and then go again. All right, beautiful. So remember, this is going to feel different now on a different side. We want to have those sit bones even. All right, so feel like I don't want to feel like I'm like this. All right, I want to come up high enough I feel like I can lean onto that. What's that, your left hip? So now it's even, pushing the knees away. Good. So now we're coming the other way. So it will be, is that your right arm on top, left arm at the bottom. So remember, this might be, when I first started doing this is all I could do. I'd just go, whatever, same thing, all right? I would just hang on to this. That's all I could do. It's okay. And as time went, things change a little bit, all right? Then pushing up and away. Craig, you can always bind just your arms behind your back gently as well, because then you sit up a little straighter. And just closing down your eyes for a couple of breaths. So we're just thinking about how this feels. Our mind should be in the stretch, thinking about how this feels. Good, some nice deep breaths here. About 3 more breaths to go. Remember, release apart if you need to, hips or arms. Good. So just releasing the legs. Good. So now we're going to come into pigeon. So we're going to go right leg in front. So that way it can help you so I don't get you guys confused. Good. So right leg's going to go in front. Now, remember lots of options for this. It can be what we did before at the start of the class. So it can just be like so. All right. If you're really tight through the hips and back, this can be a great option. If not, I always teach it with the block to prop us up. Because when you're sitting on the mat here, now my hips are level because they're on the floor. When we elevate, your hips go like this. They want to be in a straight line. All right? So you want to have your hips horizontal. So I'm going to go, I always start with 2. Remember, it's optional because this leg now has to come back. So if I do it sideways for you guys, this is where I see a lot of people. You see my hip going out to the side. If I had something attached to it here, it would be pointing there. I want to go that way and turn that hip in and down. And then that's when I start slowly pushing down. So remember, start gentle. I'll come around and help you guys. There you go. You'll never know the air conditioner's leaking now. Good. So if you can, this hip as much as we can, to come up higher, we're trying to turn that hip over, yeah, as much as you can. So think about that hip pointing to the floor as much as possible. Good. Remember, everybody's body is different. So this is the part of the class where hopefully the magic's been happening already. And really coming into how everything is feeling in your body. So if you are a person who finds it's hard with your thoughts because they like to run away, if we come into thinking about how our body is feeling, then we are in our body. So not in our mind, we're not in our head, we're in our body. So focusing on the deepness of this stretch. If you're not really feeling it, then it's going to be easy for your mind to run away. Bring it to where you can feel that nice, deep, dull burn. And bring it to the point where you have to focus and breathe through. Just to keep safe. Good. So just allowing now as you breathe into it to let go. So remember, usually tension is being held in the mind, comes from the mind and then gets stored in the body. So think of it like that. The tension comes from your stress levels at work or in your life. And then your body stores it, kind of like a residue. Then we either have to move, flush it out with energy, or stretch and release. So starting to allow that breath now to relieve that mental stress, but just coming into your body, enjoying how this feels. Enjoying that you know that you're doing something beneficial for yourself to fill your cup. Good. So we're going to very slowly now begin to push up and swap sides. Good. So remember propping yourself up like you did on the other side, because now this side will feel tighter, and coming down nice and slow. So if you had 2 blocks underneath your bottom, popping those 2 blocks back. Oops. And guys, you have to give this stuff time. You can't be impatient. You'll be surprised when you just focus on enjoying the moment, taking a deep breath and letting go. You'll be surprised what magic can happen, not only in a yoga class with your pose, but just in life in general. So usually we're so busy rushing around and living in our head that we don't spend that time exploring how our body feels. So that's how injuries happen, something's tight or sore, we don't even neglect it, we just don't know what's happening. So I'm a big believer of yoga. If you practice a bit more on your own, it should be a really intuitive practice. It's about yoking, connecting, not only with the world around you, sometimes it's about kind of disconnecting from that in a sense and just reconnecting with yourself. This is why it's so easy to get caught up in what everyone else is doing, what everyone else is saying. It becomes a little confusing. Just coming back to yourself, finding that space. Good, so 3 more nice, big, slow, deep breaths here. Remember, we're always going to have a thought. It just depends what that thought is about. If it's a positive thought, depends how long that thought lasts for until you shift to another one. Good, so coming up nice and slow now. So we're coming into our Shavasana on our back. Now remember, this can be done any way that works for you. A bolster underneath your knees is a good idea. So bolster, I didn't grab one, but let's say this is your bolster underneath your knees to support your lower back. So popping it underneath, bolster under there, or blocks. And then Good. So to begin with, just following that breath, letting that take you into your grounded position on the mat. Just noticing how it feels to lie here against the mat, all the points of your body that are touching something. Touching the floor, your hands, your feet, your legs, your arms, your back. I want you now observing the weight of your skull against the floor. And remember, in this moment, there's nothing expected of you. There's nothing you should be doing, should be feeling. Good. So closing your eyes, now I want you to visualize a nice bright blue sky above you. You might visualize where you are. Maybe it's lying in a field, in a park, on a beach. It could be somewhere from when you're a kid. And I want you to visualize each and every thought that comes into your head as a bright, fluffy cloud. And just observing as that thought comes in, that thought will pass from one side of your vision to the other. Now, some of those clouds might be moving faster than the others. But just honouring that all thoughts come and go. And just trying to come into that inhale and exhale now, and each inhale and exhale together is just one nice fluffy cloud. Inhaling as the cloud comes in through the center of your vision, and exhaling as that cloud passes out of sight. If your mind wanders, bring it back to the cloud and to that breath. Not getting frustrated, not being disappointed, just observing, coming back to that breath and back to that cloud. Having that discipline as that thought drifts off, observing that and bringing that straight back to the cloud. So slowly now, just bringing your awareness just back from wherever you have been. And I just want you to observe your energy once more. And I want you to describe it to yourself in 1 or 2 words. So in life, we quite often get caught up so much with the importance of achieving and doing. But if you are enjoying how you're feeling at the moment, yes, there was still a process that we took over the last hour to get to these last 8 minutes. But just remember to prioritize you in each and every form of what you need. Like maybe you've done with a plant, a pet, or a child. Giving them all the love and care and nurturing, and all their needs are met. Just beginning to honour yourself the same way. So beginning now to bring some gentle movements to your fingers, to your toes. To your hands, your arms, maybe reaching above your head. You hug your knees in, and then we're going to roll onto a side, left or right. Doesn't matter which way. Might make sense you roll towards the front of the room. So when you come up, we're going to come up to our seated position. So nice and slow. So coming up nice and slow to your comfortable seated position. Might be legs out in front, legs crossed. Legs underneath, hands together, your heart space. So we're going to repeat a little affirmation together. First round I'll go, and then we'll do 3 more rounds after that. I will love and care for myself unconditionally. This in turn will flow onto my friends, my family, and my community. I will love and care for myself unconditionally. This, in turn, will flow onto my friends, my family, and my community. I will love and care for myself unconditionally. This, in turn, will flow onto my friends, my family, and my community. I will love and care for myself unconditionally. This, in turn, will flow onto my friends, my family, and my community. So taking 3 nice, big, deep breaths as a group. Exhaling. Deeper, fuller. Letting it all go. Last one, let it all go. Inhale. Rubbing those palms together. Feeling that energy you can create in your body. Everything in life takes a process, but we can create whatever energy we need. Just learning how. Placing those palms in front of the eyes, feeling that heat and warmth you've been able to create with your palms. Taking a nice big breath in. Sinking the energy in, palms together at your forehead, and then exhaling, fluttering our eyes open, hands to our heart space, and together we say, Namaste.